Good morning, students. Myself Mohan. Today we'll study the continued part of chapter 3 in science, that is fiber to fabric. In previous class we have learnt about fibers, types of fibers, that is natural fibers and synthetic fibers, examples for natural fibers and synthetic fibers, and some common plants fibers such as cotton. Today we'll learn about the another plant fiber, that is jute. Jute is a natural fibers. Natural fibers are the fibers of some fabric such as cotton, jute, silk and wool are obtained from plants and animals. Such fibers are the natural fibers. So here cotton and jute are examples for fibers obtained from plants. Therefore jute is a natural fiber. Dear students, let us study how jute fiber is obtained. The suitable climate for jute production is warm and wet climate is offered by the monsoon climate during the monsoon session. The suitable climate for growing jute is monsoon climate. During monsoon session, the jute grows very largely, or the suitable climate for growing jute is monsoon session. The suitable temperature for jute production is temperatures from 20 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. Temperatures from 20 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius is suitable for production of jute fiber, and relatively humidity of 70% to 80% are favorable for successful jute cultivation. For successful jute cultivation, humidity of 70% to 80% is required, while temperature from 20 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius is favorable for the successful jute cultivation, and monsoon session is suitable climate for growing jute. Jute needs a plain alluvial soil. The suitable soil for the jute cultivation is plain alluvial soil, and also a standing water is required for the jute cultivation. So alluvial, sandy loam and clay loamy soils are best suited for the jute production. Therefore alluvial, sandy loam and clay loamy soils are the best soils for the production of jute plant. Dear students, look at the picture. This agricultural land is suitable for the cultivation of jute. Therefore jute cultivation is made in this agricultural land. The amount of rainfall jute requires is 5 to 8 cm of rainfall weekly. Jute requires 5 to 8 cm of rainfall weekly and more during the sowing period. During the sowing period, jute requires more water. Therefore it requires 5 to 8 centimeter of rainfall weekly. And the planting time suitable for jute crop is March to May. So jute is a rainy season crop. Therefore sown from its suitable period for sowing is March to May according to rainfall and type of land. It is a rainy season crop. Therefore it is sown normally in the month of March to May, and it requires 5 to 8 centimeter of rainfall weekly and more water is required during the sowing period of jute. Jute fiber is obtained from the stem of the jute plant. Here, jute fiber is obtained from the stem of the jute plant. Normally, jute is harvested anytime between 120 days to 150 days. It is harvested anytime in between 120 days to 150 days. When the jute plant is normally harvested when it is at the flowering stage. So, at the flowering stage, jute is harvested when the flowers have been shed. Early harvesting gives good healthy fibers. Therefore, when the flowers have been shed, early harvesting gives good healthy fiber. Therefore, normally it is harvested at the flowering stage of the jute. It is normally harvested in any time between 120 days to 150 days. Normally, jute plants grows to a height of 8 to 12 feet. 8 to 12 feet height are cut with stickles or at the close the ground level. The jute plant is close at the ground level or it cut at the ground level. In flooded land, the plants are uprooted. So, the plants are uprooted in the flooded land. So, the harvested plants are left in the agricultural land for 3 days for the leaves to shed. To leaves to shed, it is kept in the agricultural land for the 3 days. The stems are then made up into bundles. After leaving 3 days for a leaves to shed in a agricultural land, it is then made up into bundles for steeping in water. It is immersed in water for 3 to 4 days. Steeping is carried out immediately after harvest. Steeping is carried out immediately after harvesting. After harvesting, the stems of the jute plants are made into bundles and then it is steeping in water. It is immersed in water for 3 to 5 days. In this way, jute is harvested. Dear students, look at the picture. This is the raw jute obtained after steeping in water for a 3 to 5 days. Here, green plant seeds, green plant jute weight yield is 45 to 50 tons per hectare. Normally, green plant jute plant weight yield is 45 to 50 tons per hectare, while the jute fiber yield is 2 to 2.5 tons per hectare. The original jute fiber yield is 2 to 2.5 tons per hectare. The uses of jute fibers are: the fiber is used for household, domestic and decorative purposes. It is used for the household, domestic and decorative purposes like ropes, sacks, bags, blankets, rugs and wall mats, etc. It is mainly jute fiber is mainly used for the household, domestic and decorative purposes like ropes, sacks, bags, blankets and cloth and wall mats, etc. Nowadays, green jute is used to produce paper. Paper is produced by the green jute nowadays, and it is also blending with cotton fiber. It is also blended with cotton fiber, and jute fiber is used to wood stick is used to make paper, boards, tables, etc. The wood stick is used to make paper, boards, etc. And then the young shoots of the leaves of the jute plant can be eaten by cooked. After cooking, young shoots of the leaves can be used for eating purposes. These are all the uses of jute fiber. Dear students, look at the picture. These are all the uses of jute plant. It is used in the production of ropes, blankets, jute bags and decorative items. So ropes, bags, blankets and decorative items, these are all the uses of jute plant. Here jute fiber is obtained from the stem of the jute plant. It is cultivated during the rainy season. It is cultivated during the rainy season. In India, jute is mainly grown in the states of West Bengal, Bihar and Assam. It is grown in the states of West Bengal, Assam and Bihar. The jute plant is normally harvested in the month of in the when it is in the flowering stage. It is harvested in the flowering stage. So and then the harvested plants are immersed in water for a few days. The stem rod and fibers are separated by ants. The stem rods and fibers are separated by ants. That is, the uses of jute plants are ropes, blankets, bags and decorative items. Dear student, let us study how fibers are converted to yarns. So, how fibers are converted to yarns. By means of spinning, you have convert fibers to yarns. By means of spinning, we are convert fibers to yarns. Here, fibers are several strands of fibers twisted together. Several strands of fibers twisted together forms yarn. Here, spinning is the process by which fibers are converted into yarns. Look at the picture. So, here cotton and jute, by the process of spinning, they converted into yarns, that is threads. So, the process of making yarn from fibers is called as spinning. The process of making yarn from fibers is called as spinning. Here in this process, fibers from a mass of cotton, wool and jute are drawn out and twisted. This brings the fibers together to form a yarn. Look at this picture. Here cotton, wool are drawn out and twisted. This brings the fibers together to form a yarn. So the process of making yarn from fibers is called as spinning. In this process, fibers from a mass of cotton, wool are drawn and twisted to form a yarn. There are many ways by which fabrics are made from yarn. There are many ways by which fabrics are made from yarn. The two main processes are weaving and knitting. The two main processes are weaving and knitting. So let us study what is weaving. Dear students, look at this picture. The process of arranging two sets of fans together perpendicular to each other to make a fabric is called as weaving. The process of arranging two sets of fans together perpendicular to each other to make a fabric is called as weaving. Here weaving on fabric is done on looms. Look at this picture. Here looms are hand operated looms and power operated looms. In olden days, hand operated looms are used, while in nowadays power operated looms are used. So the process of arranging two sets of fans together to make a fabric is called as weaving. So here hand operated looms and power operated looms are used to weaving a fabric. So there are many ways by which fabrics are made from yarns. So the two main processes are weaving and knitting. So here knitting also used to make fabric from yarns. In knitting, Here, look at the picture. Here in this picture, sweater are made by handmade knitting and machine made sweaters figures are given. In knitting, a single yarn is used to make a piece of fabric, unlike weaving where two sets of yarns are required. In weaving, two sets of yarns are required, but in knitting, a single yarn is used to make a piece of fabric. In this picture, look at the picture, dear students. In this picture, handmade sweater is made by a single yarn, that is knitting process. Knitting is done by hand and also on machine. Knitting can be done by both hand and also by the use of machine. So knitting is done by hand and also on machines. In knitting, a single yarn is used to make a piece of fabric. In weaving, two sets of yarn is used to make a piece of fabric. Weaving and knitting are used to making different kinds of fabric. Here, weaving and knitting are used for different kinds of fabric. These fibers are used for a variety of clothing items. These fabrics obtained from weaving and knitting are used for a variety of clothing items. Dear students, see the picture here. The fibers, yarns, fabric, clothes. So here fibers are obtained by plants, animals and chemicals. That is, the fibers obtained from plants and animals are the natural fibers, while the fibers obtained from the chemicals are the synthetic fibers. These fibers are by the process of spinning, they convert into yarns. Look at the second picture, that is yarns are formed by the process of spinning. Then yarns are converted into fabric. Yarns are converted into suitable fabric by means of weaving and knitting. By the process of weaving and knitting, we are converting yarns into different fabrics. So then different fabrics after stitching gives to clothes. After stitching it gives clothes. Why? It is used for wearing purposes. In this way, plants and animals and chemical fibers are turns into yarns by the process of spinning, and fabrics are made by yarns by the process of weaving and stitching. Weaving and knitting after stitching, it is used as clothes for wearing. Here fibers to yarns and yarns to fabric. Fibers from natural and synthetic fibers are converted into yarns by the process of spinning, and yarns is converted into fabrics by the process of weaving and knitting, and then fabrics are used as garments of various fabrics. In this way, fiber is converted into fabric. Dear students, let us study history of clothing material. In early man used big leaves and bark of trees and animal skin or fur to cover their bodies. They did not use the clothing materials. So early man used big leaves and bark of trees to cover their bodies. And after settling in agricultural communities, after they know agriculture, man learned to weave. So they started weaving grass, twigs, animal hair, vines into long threads, which were they woven as fabrics. After knowing the agriculture, the man used to weave. They used the weaving grass, twigs, animals hair, etc. to weave as fabrics. after man became aware about plant fibers, the early Indians wore fabrics made out of cotton. After growing cotton, man used cotton. In Egypt, they used cotton as well as flax were used for making fabrics. After growing cotton and flax, they used these plant fibers as fabrics for making fabrics. But in nowadays, technology has come and stitching was unknown. People simply draped the fabrics around their bodies. So even today you can see unstitched clothes like saris, dhotis, lungis or turbans are widely used in. Before knowing stitching, they used draped the fabrics around their bodies. So even today you can see the clothes like saris, dhotis, lungis or turbans are widely used as unstitching fabrics. So when sewing needle was invented, people learned to stitch fibers to make fabric. They nowadays they know how to stitch fibers to make fabric. Stitched clothes have gone through many variations since this invention. After sewing needle, they used fabrics to stitch and used as clothing materials. So in this way history of clothing material. Before the man used big leaves and bark of trees, animal skins or fur to cover their bodies. So nowadays after the invention of sewing needle was invented, people to how to stitch fibers to fabric. So nowadays they use stitching clothes to cover their bodies. Dear students, let us take homework for today. First one, explain the process of making yarn from fiber. And second one, what are natural fibers? Give example. Second one, what are natural fibers? Give example. That's all for today. Thank you.